Yes, welcome. It's Red Corner Boxing's League Prediction 2. This program is sponsored by EasyStories.com for all your local and nationwide needs. So give them a look in our bio. The link is in there. I want to welcome Jack Punkhead Hughes, Jodie Edwards, the MC from London, and Flash Ashley, ex-British champ, to the show. Welcome, lads. There should be some more people coming for this prediction show. But there's the points for your predictions. 10 points to the winner, 20 points for the draw. Bonus points if you predict a knockout, it's 5 points for a TKO. If you predict a majority decision, it's 3 points. A split decision is 3 points. Unanimous decision is 2 points. And if there's only one card on in any week, we double the points. So, gentlemen, what it is, I'll read out the stats. I'll come to Jack first, then go to Jodie, Flash, and there's Mr. Styles. Welcome, sir, to you. Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me, Mr. Styles?
Yeah, I can hear you. Sorry.
Right, Jams will put the score in there. We got Sahan. Welcome, Sahan.
What's going on?
All good, mate. All good. Glad you could join us for League 2. Now, just to give you guys a little heads up about this season, this is fight week 1 for you guys. It goes through to the very, very last week in August to start for the new Riyadh season and the new fight week prediction season. And up for grabs is not only some merchandise and some fabulous prizes, but 2 places go to Promotion 1, to League 1. So there's promotion places up for grabs in this season for you guys. And it's all to play for. So without any further ado, I'm going to go to the first fight, which is tomorrow night. And that is Kevin Lerena against Serhii Radchenko. Kevin Lorena's 32-year-old southpaw. He's 30 wins, 14 by way of knockout, 3 defeats, no draws. Last out against Justice Huni, where he lost a unanimous decision over 10 rounds in March of last year. Serhii Radchenko, 38-year-old orthodox, 11 fights, 5 by way of knockout, 7 defeats, no draws. Pezic was his last time out with a win over a unanimous decision over 12 rounds in August of last year. So I'm going to go to you, Jack. Punkhead Hughes, what is your prediction for Kevin Lerena versus Serhii Radchenko?
I think it would be Kevin via unanimous decision. I don't really know too much about the other guy. I don't think he's ever been stopped before, if I'm correct. And I know Kevin's coming up from Cruiser, and I actually kind of rate him. He gave Triple D, Daniel Dubois, a real hard time. Especially knocked him down, and he looked like he was on the verge of beating him. But obviously, you know how it works with Howard Foster. The second the away fighter's in any kind of trouble, just stop the fight, and that's what happened for him. But yeah, I'm going to go Kevin UD.
Thank you, Jack. Jodie Edwards, thank you very much for coming through, mate. You got your own podcast now, Opening Uppercuts. Congratulations on that. Please give Jodie a like, subscribe on his channel, guys. It's great content, funny stuff. Now, Jodie, same question to you, mate. Kevin Lerena versus Serhii Radchenko. Please give us your prediction for the winner and by what method.
Firstly, thank you for the lovely introduction, Neutral. Always a pleasure to come on your channel, of course, with you and Jam. Everyone go and subscribe to Red Corner Boxing if you haven't done already, and also give a like and follow to everyone currently in the video. I mean, Jack's going to get annoyed because I'm going to probably say the same thing as him. I'm going to say Kevin Lerena gets a unanimous decision as well. Like, for me, Lerena showed a lot more growth with the Justice Huni fight, because coming off of the Dubois defeat, where he knocked Dubois down 3 times in the first couple of rounds and then went all the way to a decision and actually made Huni question himself a little bit, because there was a very sharp left hook in the final round of that 10-round bout where Huni got a little bit wobbled, and he stopped him there. But I think this will just for the motions, then probably progress into probably another bigger fight. So I will say Kevin Lorena will get unanimous decision.
Thank you, Geordie. And we go to Flash Ash Lane. Welcome to the show, mate. It's great to have two professional boxers on Red Corner Boxing with this prediction league. Shows you the fascination with the concept. Ash, I know you're a man that likes to things off the top of your head here. So give me your gut feeling of what's going to happen in this fight.
Okay, so Kevin Lorena, you say he was 13 knockouts out, what, 30 fights? It's not.
14 out of 30. So he's just got under a 45% knockout rate.
He's not a big puncher then, is he? And coming off a loss, pushed down the bar pretty far, like Jack said. He's just come off a loss. He's up against someone with 11 wins and 7 losses who's going to come and go for it, but obviously isn't that great. I just see this as a little comeback win for Lorena to set up another possible big fight, in the future. So I'm going to go with exactly the same as the first two. A quite easy decision prediction, to be fair. Kevin Lorena, UD.
Thank you, Ash. Sahan, welcome to the show. How are you doing, sir?
Good.
Now, Kevin Lorena versus Radchenko. Radchenko's never been stopped, as far as I'm aware, has never been put down. Is Lorena the heavyweight that he should be?
Yeah, I'm going with everyone. I'm going Lorena unanimous decision. I don't think he stops Radchenko. Very, very tough fighter. I just think Lorena's just the better fighter of the two. Give me Lorena unanimous decision.
I will do. Thank you, Sahan. And Mr. Styles from Canada, another Canadian in this prediction league, 3 in total. So where are you going with Kevin Lorena versus Radchenko?
I'm going with Kevin unanimous decision.
You're going with Lorena, unanimous decision.
Yep.
Thank you, mate. Now, we got a guest. Rise, are you there, Rai? Your mic is muted. He hasn't come through yet. I haven't got him properly. Your mic's muted, mate, if you can hear me. No, we've lost him. Right, maybe he'll come back. Right, thank you, gentlemen. That's fight one done. It's unanimous across the board. Now we move to Times Square on Friday night. And that is going to be the first fight on this one that we're going to do is Teofimo Lopez versus Arnold Barbosa. Teofimo Lopez is 27 years of age. He's an orthodox with 21 fights, 21 wins, 13 by way of knockout, 1 defeat, no draws. Last out against Steve Claggett, where he won by unanimous decision over 12 rounds in June of last year. He's up against Arnold Barbosa Jr., who's 33 orthodox, 32 wins, 11 by knockout, no defeats, no draws. And last out, great win by split decision over Jack Catterall in February of this year. Back to you, Jack, the Punkhead Hughes. Will Lopez do it and take Barbosa's O?
So I think, honestly, Teofimo Lopez on his day can beat anyone in the world. I really think on his day, when he shows up, he can beat anyone. But he's got such a weird mentality about him. Like, sometimes he just looks like he shows up and he just can't be asked to even be in there. But I have gone with Teofimo unanimous decision, but I'm going to completely just rip up the script because I'm a bit 50-50 on this one. I'm going to change it to Barbosa split decision.
Whoa, he sees it. There's Jack, the Punkhead Hughes. Jody, what do you see?
Well, fair play to Jack for actually going with his gut and then ripping up the script. I'm going to stick with Teofimo for me. Barbosa did really well against Catrol. I didn't really expect it. I don't think anyone really did, I'll be honest, with Catrol having the hometown support. Barbosa is a good fighter. He sticks well to the jab, he knows his range, and he works very well off the timing of others. But I just feel like the work rate of Teofimo was just going to be a bit too much. So I will say Teofimo does it. And I'm going to sound boring again. Unanimous decision. I don't think he'll stop him.
Unanimous decision for Teofimo Lopez. Thank you, mate. Flash Ash, what do you say, sir?
Yeah, I think the punk is he's eating some crazy jelly beans. To be fair, you know, to rule out, Teofimo Lopez against Barbosa. I didn't think Barbosa looked that great against Jack Catterall personally. I mean, Jack Catterall's awkward, but I mean, I thought it was a very close fight, and Barbosa didn't really look top level for me anyway. So I mean, I really highly rate Teofimo, and I'm going to go with a Teofimo win. And you know what? I'm going to put it as a unanimous again.
Thank you, Ash. Mr. Styles.
Yes, sir.
Teofimo Lopez Barbosa.
Barbosa, TKO, round 7.
Barbosa, TKO, and we even got a round chucked in as well, which is not necessary, but I love the confidence going now to Sahan. I know you give that one a wee bit of a look there, pal. What were you saying?
Are we having people crazy enough to think Barbosa's going to win this?
This is the prediction, my man. This is where, when the enemy's making a mistake, don't interrupt them. That's what I say. What are you saying?
But all I know is this: Tio's looked like less mediocre in recent fights, but Barbosa's not the guy to do it. Tio by unanimous decision.
Thank you, Sahad. So we got 3 unanimous decisions for Tio. We got a split decision for Barbosa and a knockout from Barbosa from Mr. Styles. Thank you. Now we move on, gents, to Devin Heaney and Jose Ramirez. Devin Heaney, 26-year-old, orthodox, 31 wins, 15 knockouts, no defeats, no draws. As you know, up against that no contest with Garcia last year of April. And Jose Ramirez, 32-year-old orthodox, 29 wins, 18 wins by knockout, 2 defeats, no draws, and he lost by unanimous decision to Barbosa in that was in November of last year, over 10 rounds. So back to you, Jack Punkhead Hughes, Devin Heaney, successful comeback.
Yeah, I think it should be relatively straightforward for Haney. I'm going to go with Haney unanimous decision.
A UD for Devin Heaney, moving up to 143 from 140. Jody Edwards, MC announcer, up and coming rising star in red corner boxes, opinion, especially mine. Jody, what are we seeing?
Well, before making this prediction, I was trying to figure out when was the last time Devin Haney got a knockout, and I'm pretty sure it's like been 5 or 6 years, if I'm wrong. It was like in 2019.
Something like that.
What I'm thinking is, I'm going to go a little bit balls to the wall. I'm going to say this Friday is going to be the time he finally gets one back. So I'm going to say Haney's going to win by knockout round 8.
Knockout and a round date prediction there for Jody Edwards. Flash Ashley, are you a big Heaney fan?
I'll tell you what, the punk's been taking crazy jelly beans. You've been eating some magic mushrooms. Some steady talk like. To take the punch with Devin Haney, having a knockout after 6 years, that's
mushrooms.
crazy. You know? Look,
like
I'm gonna play it safe and play it sensible. Devin Haney's moving up. Just had a loss to Ryan Garcia. He needs a good comeback win to look good and push for titles again. He's an elite level Ramirez is not elite level. I'm going Devin Haney, unanimous decision.
UD for Devin Heaney. Mr. Styles, are you of the same ilk?
No, he's fighting Barbosa. I'm sorry, like I'm a little. I think I have to look the full card. I was on the bus just running some errands. So, who are you fighting again?
It's Jose Ramirez, Devin Haney.
Oh, Ramirez, unanimous.
Jose Ramirez, unanimous decision,
Wow.
says our man from Canada. He's trying to get home, and his frustrations are coming out in his predictions.
We also saw the performance he had against. We also saw the performance he had against Barbosa, and that's going to shock his confidence a little bit. So why not go for an upset?
You never know. You never know, mate. Back to you, Sirhan. Is Devin Haney going to have a big performance win in Times Square?
I don't know about big performance, but I think he gets a W. It's been a while since we've seen him in the ring since the Ryan Garcia fight. Ring rust might be a factor, but I agree with Ash. Safe route. It's going to be a unanimous decision win for Devin Haney. Ramirez hasn't been much over the past several fights, so I'm not expecting anything out of him in this particular one. I'm taking the safe route. Like Ash said, Haney unanimous decision.
Thank you very much. Obviously, Jose Ramirez was the ex-unified champion back in 2023 before losing to Josh Taylor, of course, who went undisputed off the back of that. Right, moving on to the main event, gentlemen. It's Ryan Garcia versus Rolando Romero. This is for WBA interim or regular belts. Very strange for that. We'll talk. That's for another conversation for another time. But right now, I just need your predictions for this one. Ryan Garcia, 26 years of age, 24 wins, 20 by way of knockout, one defeat. That was to Tank Davis. Obviously, last time out, the no contest with Devin Haney. Rolando Romero, 29 years of age, orthodox, 16 wins, 13 by way of knockout, two defeats. And he was last out against Jaimes, or the win by unanimous decision over 10 rounds into September last year. It's back to you, Jack Punkhead Hughes. Is it Garcia or is it Romero?
Yeah, I think Garcia's just going to go in there and smash him up pretty much, and I'm going for like a late stoppage. This is it Ramiro? Is his name? He
Rory
kind of
Romero, yeah.
yeah. He just kind of seems to be that guy that I don't know, kind of like a Dave Allen, where they just like, oh, we just throw him in. He's not really that good, and like the elite guys should kind of really just smash him about a little bit. So we just throw him in with them, and then that's what kind of seems to happen. He's been in with like Tank, and he was in with someone else, and it was like a late stoppage both times, and that's what I feel that's going to happen this time. Ryan Garcia TKO.
Thank you very much. Welcome, Rye. I'll get you in a minute, mate. Can you hear me? No, can't you hear me, mate? Scottish connection, mate. It's terrible. You're up in the Highlands there. We'll get back. Right, stay there. I'll come back to you, pal. Right, I'll come back to you. Jody, it's Ryan Garcia. His comeback as well as Devin Haney. These two want to hook up sometime later on for a rematch. Is Garcia going to get that knockout victory, or do you see the safe bet over points? Oh, I've lost him.
Yeah, good. He vanished on us.
Right, we'll come back to that. Flash Ashley.
Yeah. You know, Garcia's doing all right, to be fair. I believe this is all made for Garcia. I really don't rate Oliver Romero at all. I think he's coming up to world level, but he's not the elite level that Devin Haney and Tank and Garcia is. Although Garcia is just below the Tank and the well, mind you, beat Haney, didn't he? So you can't say it's behind Haney. But Romero's not on that level. I think it's just below that level. He's on fringe world. It's kind of like as Jack said, it's like what is it? A bit like a a Dave Allen, Derek Chisora type, where he's there, he gives a good fight, it's competitive, but he gets beaten by the top guys. So I reckon it's going to be a big cage to start with, maybe, but Garcia's going to pull away. I'm going with the same as Jack. I'm going with a TKO Garcia.
Thank you very much, Ash. Georgie, I know we lost you. You back now, mate? Georgie, can you hear me, mate?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Ah, great. It's Garcia Romero. What's your prediction?
Garcia stops him. Like Garcia will just batter him. Like I've seen enough of Rolly Romero from the Barroso fight. I saw enough from the Pitbull Cruz fight. Garcia round 7 TKO.
Thank you very much, mate. Right, Mr. Styles, can you hear me very quickly? Garcia Romero, you're breaking up a bit. What are you saying?
As much as it pains me to say it, Garcia, TKO.
Garcia, thank you very much. Hand.
Are we talking about Ryan Garcia on PEDs or Ryan Garcia off PEDs? That's going to be the question first.
Is allegedly, Ryan Garcia's passed a test. So it's got to be a clean Ryan Garcia. Does he possess the off-the-ring left hook in this case?
Well, hopefully he passes the test after the fight. But either way, Romero brings nothing to the table. Give me Garcia on a early round TKO.
Thank you very much indeed. Rise, Ramblin. Are you there, my man?
He's putting in the chat. His speaker's not working. So
yeah, your speaker's not working. Speak again. All right, what I'll do, after the show, right, after the show, go into the comment section, drop your predictions in here. I'll write them down. Everybody can see them, that I'm not making them up, right? Thanks, Ryan. Right, back to the next fight, gentlemen. It's Badu Jack versus McCallion in a cruiserweight title defense. Badu Jack, 41 years of age, he's an orthodox, 28 and 17. Three defeats. An interesting one then. He was last out in February of 23, where he beat McCabe by knockout over 12 rounds. Now his opponent, Mikhailian, orthodox, 27 wins, 12 by way of knockout, 2 defeats. Also last out against Makabu in November of 23. So they're both coming in super inactive. He knocked Makabu out in the 3rd round. So this is take your pick on this one, and we go back to you, Jack Punkhead Hughes.
Badu Jack's my guy. He's been training down my gym for this fight, so I got a little photo of him. And funny story, my missus was actually meant to do his t-shirts for this fight, but they didn't give her enough time to get them done. So unfortunately, it didn't happen. But I'm gonna go with Badu Jack unanimous decision. But I could see maybe a late stoppage, but I'll go UD Badu Jack.
Okay, thank you, Jack. Jody, what are you saying, mate?
Well, I'm a big Badu Jack fan. Like, as soon as I got into boxing, Badu Jack was one of the first names that ever came up into my mind or on my TV screen. So, yeah, I've been a good fan for him from a long time. Love the amount of power he brings. Love the devastation he can bring to the ring when he's given an opponent to really show his craft. So, I'm going to go for Badu Jack late stoppage. I'm going to say round... Is it 12 rounds, this one?
It is indeed. Title fight. There's WBC belt.
Okay, so round 11.
Thank you, Jody. Thank you. Flash Ash Lane. Do you see the knockout for Badu Jack?
Yeah, you know what? I think it's going to be a punch up. You know, I think the lad's going to come and try and take Badger Jack out. Badger Jack's got the experience at the high elite level. He's conditioned for all the rounds. I think he'll weather thoroughly strong, come on strong. I think it'll be a late TKO as well for Badger Jack.
Right, thanks, mate. Late TKO. And as Hawkan quite rightly says, this is battle of the former WBC champion recess against the current champion in recess. Work that one out if you can, gentlemen. Mr. Styles, Badly Jack or McCallion?
Knockout.
Thank you, Jack by knockout. Sahan.
Jack, unanimous decision. The opponent brings nothing to the table.
Thank you, Sahan. I think, Rai, don't forget, I'll get to you later on, pal. Right, let's go to the next one. And it's a heavyweight bout. It's the return of Martin Bakoli against Efe Ajagba. This was supposed to be for an IBF eliminator. That's now off the table because Bakoli took the Parker WBO route. Now, did he pay the price for that? But he's got a full camp. Allegedly, he's up against Efe Ajagba. Now, Bakori, 33 years of age, orthodox, 21 wins, 16 knockouts, two defeats, no draws. As we know, that second round defeat was his last outing against Parker in February. Efe Ajagba, 20 wins, 14 knockouts, 1 defeat. Last out against Villanello, who fought Richard Torres recently, where Ajagba won by split decision over 10 rounds in April of last year. And we go to you first, Jack.
Is it just me, or am I the only one that, like, in the whole world that thinks the heavyweight division is so crap? It gets all this hype, and everyone says it's the best division in the world, but I just never see any skill. I just see a bunch of fat, slow, like basically clumsy idiots throwing shots at each other. And Martin McCauley's called like the bogeyman of the division, but has only got one good win on his record, and that was against Tony Yakan or whatever.
Yeah.
And then everyone
Yoko.
else, every time he stepped up, he's been stopped. So yeah. Anyway, that's my rant over. But I'm gonna go with Martin by UD. I had a look at this other guy. I only watched a little clip of him, but he looks kind of useless to be honest. But he's never been stopped, so I'm just gonna go Martin UD, and he's talking about having a rematch with Parker. Apparently, Parker owes him a rematch after he obliterated him in 2 rounds. But it is what it is.
It's more right away with that. So you got Martin by
UD.
UD. Thank you, Jack Punkhead Hughes. Geordie, do we see a successful return for Martin Bakoli?
First of all, I don't agree with the points that Jack said because obviously I was a born heavyweight fan with the likes of Joshua. I hate to say David Haye, but unfortunately that's when he was around. Chisora, Tyson. Ajagba's got to win this. He has to win this after his boogeyman status has been thrown in the fucking bin after that domination from Parker. I do like Ajagba. I think he's got a good sense of power, but the problem is his chin's too high. And it's just going to be easy. It's like hitting a tennis ball for Bakoli on the night. So I'm going to say Bakoli stops him brutally, and I'm going to say round 9. So TKO.
Thank you very much indeed. Flash Ashleen.
Yeah, like I completely agree with both of these lads. Yeah, one, the heavyweight division's crap. The only boxer, the only people making every division any fun really is Usyk. You know, I'm happy that Fury's out of it. And there's no one really. Well, I mean, Parker's good fun, but apart from Parker and Usyk, is Dubois. I love Dubois. He's funny. You know, it's just one of them. But anyway, apart from that, yeah, you know, Bakoli's just coming off a loss. I don't think that loss really damaged him too much mentally. He wasn't fit. He was overweight. He come in against Parker, got blown out. I think he'll just shrug it off and say, you know what, I wasn't even training for that. I'm not really first. I'm going to come back and pave my way again. And I think he absolutely destroys Jagba and sparks him out 6 to 10 rounds.
Thank you very much, Ash. Mr. Styles, are you of a similar mind?
Yeah, I'm going with Martin knockout round 6. I mean, if he has a full camp, then I'm sure he'll return to form in this fight. But he'll show.
All right, thank you, pal. Another Martin McCauley knockout. Sahan, round it off.
Not going to add on to much, but Coley bounces back with a knockout win, as Jabba is basically a useless piece in the heavyweight division.
Thank you, sir. Right, moving on to the next one. And this is a rematch between Jaime Munguia and Sirachi. Both met in December last year in that surprise knockout of the year. Is it repeat or revenge? Let's go to you first, Jack.
I think it will be revenge this time around. I think Jamie was pretty much dominating very early, and then he ended up getting clipped himself, and then the whole fight span around. I think this time he rights the wrong, and he wins by TKO in the middle rounds.
Thank you, Jack. Jody Edwards.
Couldn't agree more with Jack. It's going to be revenge, and it will happen in the middle rounds. Munguia's too fast, too strong. He's just a better fighter. He just got hit by one lucky shot in that upset, which, by the way, it was a hell of a shot, but it's not going to happen again. Thunder won't strike twice, lightning won't strike twice. Munguia, round 6, stoppage.
Thank you for that. Now, it's over to Flash Ash.
Yeah,
Now,
I'm in two minds. I'm thinking like McGree is a decent puncher. He's hard, he's fast, and he's better than the other kiddie. It's just he got clipped in the first fight. Does he play it safe and take the UD? Or does he go out there and try and really grab revenge by the butt of the horns? I'm kind of in two minds whether to play, a Munguia UD or a Munguia TKO. But I'm going to go Munguia TKO. I think he'll come out there and look for revenge, especially after the way it's been from recently. I think he'll come out and try to make a point. So yeah, Munguia revenge TKO.
top stuff. Thank you, Ash. Mr. Styles?
Well, look, I know people say betting can't strike twice. You never know, it could, but I'm going with Munguia, and I say knockout, round 7.
Thank you, Mr. Styles. Sahan, it's a knockout all the way through for the chaps. Is it a full house?
Full house. Bruno's 5 minutes of fame are over, and Munguia's going to make sure of it. Mid-round KO, Jaime.
I like your style. Right. Moving on to this main event, the undisputed titles on the line, all 4 belts. William Skull versus Canelo. Obviously, Canelo, ridiculous amount of fights, 62, 39 wins by way of knockout, 2 defeats, no draws. He was last out against that unanimous decision win over Balanga in September last year. William Skull, 32-year-old orthodox from Cuba, 23 wins, 9 by way of knockout, no defeats, no draws. And he had that 12-round unanimous decision win over Shishkin in October of last year to claim the IBF vacant belt. Now, back to you, Jack. Canelo dropped the belt, of course, last year. He's come back for it. Is this just like run-of-the-mill stuff? Are we just going to see another UD, or are we going to see a knockout by Canelo in this fight?
Yeah, I think Canelo will stop him, maybe mid to late. William Skull's actually, he is pretty talented, but I don't think he's busy enough. If he was more busy, I think he could cause real problems for Canelo, but he's not. And he actually does get clipped quite easily as well. So that being said, I think Skull might make it interesting for about 2-3 rounds, and then Canelo will just start breaking him down and he'll stop him, as I said, mid to late.
Thank you very much for that. Geordie?
I'm kind of thinking that we're going to get a rinse and repeat, because the last 3 fights Canelo has had, he's dropped all 3 with Charlo, with Munguia, and also with Balanga, but he didn't finish them off.
Yeah.
And also, we know Canelo's record with taller fighters. The only one who's ever beaten him has been a taller fighter was Bivol. Like, he beat Rocky Fielding, he beat Callum Smith, and Kovalev as well. I just feel like William Skull's just going to be added onto the list of him winning against taller fighters. So therefore, I'm going to go for a unanimous decision.
Unanimous decision as per his last 3 fights. Over to you, Flash Ash.
Yeah, I can't see William Skull beating him. It's been the words are he's had kind of Ben beating him up in sparring, and kind of Ben's definitely not was it a light heavyweight where they're fighting at. I mean, you look at the tall fighters he's stopped all those lads. But we got to remember with Kovalev, it was clever matchmaking. Kovalev is a well-known alcoholic that doesn't do the weight very well, and he was old and pretty weak at the weight. So I mean, knocking him out wasn't really too much cop. But then again, you look at Callum Smith, and you look at some of the other lads, you go, yeah, they were decent wins. I can't see this anything more than just a routine win for Canelo. It's just, does he get the job done inside the distance or not? If he does, it will be late. But Canelo's getting on now. I mean, was he 36 or 37 or something? He's like, Canelo's moving on. He's moving up in weight. The other lads at the higher weight, they can take the shots a bit better. So, there's a William Skull's chance at a bit of fame and a bit of limelight and glory. I think he'll go out there, give everything he's got, but eventually Canelo will break him down. But I can't see him finishing him off. I think it'll be a UD Canelo.
Another unanimous decision win for Canelo there. Thank you, mate. Mr. Styles, is Canelo going to do it in style?
Honestly, I don't know where Canelo stands at this point in his career, so Canelo, UD.
Thank you. Seems to be the safest bet so far. Sahan is the UD. Do you think that Skull? We know he can have a go, but can he survive a 12-rounder with Canelo?
If his goal is to survive the distance, good luck. That's not happening. I'm taking Canelo on a stoppage. William Skull has no business wearing any belt, regardless of what everybody says. And it finally comes to an end. That fake champion, William Skull, is going to be done. Canelo finishes him. TKO in the mid-rounds.
There you go. Hard but serious from Sahan, our man from Red Corner Boxing, who does part of some shows for us. Very, very, very good man. Right, let's move it on to Rohan Polanco versus Fabian Maidana. Polanco 26, he's orthodox, 15 wins, 10 inside the distance. He was last out against Torres with a win, a second round knockout win in February of this year. Maidana 32, 24 wins, 18 inside the distance, 3 defeats, and he was last out also December last year against Rubio, where he had a 7th round knockout win. Now, does the younger Polanco go on, or does Maidana be the one to stop him? Jack Punkhead Hughes.
Yeah, to be honest, these next 2 fights, I have no idea who any of them are. So they're kind of just complete guesses from me, just going off of their box rec. So I'm just going to go Rohan unanimous decision.
UD for Polanco. Thank you for that, Jack. Jody Edwards.
Same as Jack, I don't know much about these two. These are 2 on the list that I don't watch very much. So I will go for Rohan, a split decision. So I feel like it might be close.
Rohan by split decision. Obviously, the more experienced Maidana as far at a much higher level for a long, long time. Flash Ash, what say you?
I have not got a clue. I don't know who these kids are. So I'm just gonna throw one out there. The home kiddie, was it Johan, whatever his name is? UD.
Polanco, Rohan Polanco, UD. Thank you,
Blanco
mate.
UD.
Mr. Styles, do you know anything about these gentlemen from your side of the pond?
No, I don't really know anything. Just like everyone else, I don't remember much about these guys either. Except for the one guy's name, Michael. That's someone the name from the game of The Price is Right.
It's
But,
not,
but if I had to pick, I'm going with Polanco. Split.
Polanco on a split decision. Thank you very much indeed, Mr. Styles. Sahan, how do you see this one going?
McDonough is in a fight he has no business being in. Give me Polanco unanimous decision.
Thank you very much, Sahan. Now let's move on to a fascinating unification fight with Rafael Espinoza against Eduardo Vasquez. And it's Espinoza, 31 years of age. He's unorthodox with 26 wins, 22 inside the distance. He's undefeated and no draws. And last time out, he knocked out Roby Ramirez in 6 rounds in December last year. Edward Vasquez, 29, orthodox, 17 wins, only 4 inside the distance. He has 2 defeats, and he was last out in October last year against Taylor, who retired in round 4. Back to you, Jack Pumpkin Hughes. Is the pound for pound or contender? Is certainly in my eyes Espinoza. Does he go on to be victorious tonight on Sunday night?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Espinoza late stoppage TKO.
Thank you, Jack. Moving on to Jody Edwards.
I already know what I'm going to say for this one because I know how Espinoza fights. I know how this is going to end up. Espinoza round 8 TKO.
Beautiful stuff, beautiful stuff. Flash Ash.
It's gone.
Oh, we got a frozen picture. I thought he was giving me a very stunned look there for a minute whilst he was in
My,
competition. And he's back.
my bad.
Flash Ash.
Yeah,
Espinoza versus Vasquez. Do you see the 2 guys before you have gone for a knockout for Espinoza? What say you?
this is going to be a clean sweep all the way around, I reckon. Espinoza TKO. 3 fights. There's going to be no. Vasquez ain't good enough to stop that. Yeah, it'll get
Oh,
sparked.
beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Mr. Styles, complete the set.
Espinoza, TKO, round 8.
And finally, Sahan for the full house.
Full house. Vasquez has no business fighting for this championship. Espinoza is the man to beat in this division. He shows it. KO 6.
Beautiful stuff, right? You guys, mate, the points this week is going to be very little difference between first and last, such as the closeness of the predictions. Maybe this is the last fight to take a risk. Maybe it's not, gentlemen, but it's Noya and Inoue versus Ruben Cardenas. Inoue, 32-year-old Japanese orthodox, 29 wins, 26 inside the distance, no defeats, no draws. Yi Jun Kim was his latest victim in round 4 in January of the. I think it was December last year or November, I can't remember. Cardenas, 29, 26 wins, only 14 inside the distance, 1 defeat, no draws. He was last out February this year against Acosta, where he won by unanimous decision over 10 rounds. Let's go back to Jack. Anyway, does the knockout streak continue? I think it's 11 now, or is it 9? Maybe Sahan can help me out with that start. But does this knockout streak continue in your
Yeah,
eyes?
yeah, I think it does. I think his nickname sums him up perfectly, like the
The
monster. The
monster.
guy's an absolute freak of nature. What is he like? Unified 2 or 3 divisions now, and he's just fought the best in every weight class and just blasted them out. And I don't see this being any different. So I think like a middle round TKO. But yeah, I think if he ever moves up to featherweight, it could be quite interesting with some of the names there.
Yes, certainly is, Jack, and certainly one of those names who I'd love him to fight, and that would be Nick Paul, and that would be in Liverpool. Praise the Lord that happened one day. Jody Edwards, in the meantime, does Inui just knock out this guy?
In a way, by murder. He will do to this guy what he's done to everybody else. More ruthless power, more domination, a more somehow more incredible highlight reel KO. And that will just prove why he's one of the pound for pound best. In a way, round 6, devastating KO.
Thank you very much, Jody. Flash Ash, what say you, sir?
I'm telling you, I got a feeling that this might go the distance. I think Inu is worth a slip up at some point.
He's a tough boy.
He's a very tough kid he was up against. He's moving up in weight. At some point, it's not going to go all his way, and he's gonna slip up, and No, I'm only joking. I'm only kidding with you. I saw Jack's face and he was shocked at that. Like you betting against Inoue is just a stupid thing to do. It's going to be Inoue by TKO. I think round 6 is a very good round to predict it. Yeah, I'm gonna go with round 5 or 6 as well. Inoue.
Thanks very much, mate. Let's get Mr. Styles.
The monster is perfectly named. I mean, I unified or became undisputed in 2 divisions within less than a year and a half of each other, and his nickname is perfect. A monster for a reason. I feel like he's gonna play with his food for a little bit, and then he's gonna knock him out within the 6th round.
Right, thanks very much. Sahan, I'm just a bit worried that Nevada State troopers will have to come and arrest Noya Inoue in Vegas should he go too far. Is it just another knockout, sir?
Real quick to answer your question, the streak is 10. After Sunday night, make it 11. As Jody said, it's going to be closest to a murder we're going to see. This does not go past 6 rounds. After it goes past 6 rounds, it's a question that needs to be answered. I'm calling it less than 4 rounds. And if it's going past 4 rounds, everybody's going to have to answer some questions.
It certainly will do. Right, well, gentlemen, I want to thank you all. Thank you for your predictions on Fight Week 1 coming on to the show. I hope you've all enjoyed yourselves. And, mate, the competition starts now. Trust me, as soon as next week comes, you guys are going to be at each other because it gets hot. I've already wound League 1 up to death. I'm going to do the same to you guys. It's all to play for because if you come last in this league, oh my God, the consequences are dire. So
there's only one winner in this league, and that's me, lad.
The good news is you're all very close to each other, so it is going to be tight for the first few weeks. So thanks very much for coming. I'll jot down all the other guys that couldn't be here, but next Wednesday, 8 o'clock. Obviously, Sunday will be the last fight. I'll update the league tables. I'll publish them on Red Corner Boxing for you all to see. But please give us a like and subscribe to everybody in the chat, and thank you for tuning in. My name is Mr. Neutral. This is Red Corner Boxing. We are sponsored by EasyStorage.com for all your local and nationwide needs. So give them a bell and refer a friend and get £25 off. Sayonara.